You know how some days start normal and end up changing everything? Yeah, that was this day. It was a Thursday afternoon, quiet, boring, predictable. The kind of suburban silence where you can hear lawn sprinklers ticking like clocks and distant dogs barking behind white fences. I had just finished a double shift at work. 12 hours of nonstop stress. My social battery? Dead. My patience? Hanging by a thread. All I wanted was food and silence. So I did what millions of people do every day. I ordered groceries for delivery. Simple, right? Wrong. Because apparently, ordering groceries is a criminal offense if your neighbor's name is Linda Watkins. But I didn't know that yet. Linda was what you'd call an institution in our neighborhood. President of the HOA, self-appointed sheriff of the block, queen of passive-aggressive Facebook posts, and the woman who once tried to fine a teenager for chalk drawings on the sidewalk. Yeah, that Linda. Our houses shared a long, narrow driveway that split halfway down. Mine on the left, hers on the right. Legally shared, documented, on the property map. She hated that fact. She hated everything that wasn't under her control. But up until that day, her hostility had been limited to icy stares and weird notes taped to my trash can. Until my grocery driver arrived. I got the notification. Your driver has arrived. I stepped outside, barefoot, hoodie on, just wanting to grab my bags and retreat back into my peaceful little bubble. That's when I heard shouting, not raised voices, not frustration. I mean full volume, veins popping, HOA Karen nuclear meltdown. You cannot park there. That is private property. I froze. Then I saw my grocery driver, a young guy, maybe early 20s, standing beside his car looking completely confused, and standing 2 feet from his face. Linda, red-faced, arms flailing, finger jabbing the air like she was trying to stab him with it. This is not a public road. You people have no respect for homeowners. The poor guy looked like a deer in headlights. He tried to speak. Ma'am, I'm just delivering groceries to... She cut him off, loudly. I don't care who you're delivering to. You are trespassing. I stepped forward. Hey, that's my driver. Linda snapped her head toward me like a hawk spotting prey. Oh, of course it's you. That tone, that venom. Like my existence personally offended her. I walked down the driveway. Calm, controlled, polite. Mistake. This is a shared driveway, Linda, I said. He's allowed to be here. Her eyes narrowed. No, he is not. Yes, he is. I will call the police, she snapped instantly. No hesitation, no logic. Straight to nuclear option. Over groceries. Over a shared driveway. Over control. The driver looked between us nervously. I can just leave. No, I said firmly. You're fine. You did nothing wrong. Linda turned fully toward him. You are harassing homeowners. At this point, neighbors were starting to peek through blinds. And I realized something. This wasn't about the driveway. This was about dominance, control. And she had decided I was going to be her next target. I took my groceries, thanked the driver, and apologized for the situation. He drove off looking shaken. Linda didn't leave. She stood there, arms crossed, smiling. Not a friendly smile, a victory smile. You need to learn the rules around here, she said quietly. And that was the moment I knew. This was only the beginning. The next morning, I woke up to an email titled, Official Notice of Violation, Immediate Action Required. From the HOA. From Linda. I opened it. Violation number 1. Unauthorized commercial vehicle use in residential driveway. Violation number 2. Disruptive behavior impacting community peace. Violation number 3. Failure to respect shared property guidelines. Penalty, $250 fine. I actually laughed out loud. Not because it was funny, because it was ridiculous. I replied calmly, professionally, attaching the legal documents showing the driveway was shared, highlighting the clause that allowed delivery services. No insults, no emotion, just facts. Her reply came within 5 minutes. We'll see about that. That was it. No signature, just a threat. Over the next 2 weeks, things escalated. She started photographing my house, taking pictures of my porch, standing at the end of the driveway pretending to check her mail while staring directly into my windows. Then came the notes. On my door, on my car, on my trash bin. Your guests are too loud. Your porch light is disturbing neighborhood aesthetics. Your Amazon packages are attracting attention. I lived alone. I worked long hours. My porch light was a normal porch light. She wasn't enforcing rules. She was manufacturing violations. Then came the HOA meeting invitation. Mandatory attendance. Hosted by Linda. I knew what this was. This was her courtroom. And she was both judge and executioner. So I decided to attend. Not to fight, not to argue, but to observe. And what I witnessed inside that community center changed everything. The room smelled like burnt coffee and control issues. About 20 folding chairs arranged in rows. Clipboards, notepads, judgment. Linda sat at the front like a queen on a plastic throne. When she saw me walk in, her lips curled slightly. "Let's begin," she announced loudly. She started listing violations across the neighborhood. Grass half an inch too long, trash cans visible for too many hours, holiday decorations up past the approved window. People sat quietly, afraid, intimidated. Then she turned her attention to me. "And now," she said dramatically, "we must address ongoing behavior that threatens the integrity of our community." She looked directly at me. Everyone turned. "You've allowed unauthorized commercial activity on our property. You've created disturbances. And frankly, your attitude has been hostile." I stood slowly. The room went silent. I said calmly, "May I respond?" She hesitated. Briefly, I pulled out printed copies of the property documents, highlighted, organized. The driveway is legally shared. Delivery drivers are allowed. No violations occurred. Murmurs rippled through the room. Linda's smile twitched. "This is about community standards," she said, "not legal technicalities." That's when a neighbor named Marcus spoke up. "He's right, though. My daughter uses Uber Eats all the time. Are we not allowed deliveries now?" Another voice joined, then another. People started questioning her authority. And I saw something I'd never seen before. Fear in Linda's eyes. She wrapped the meeting quickly. Too quickly. As people left, several neighbors approached me quietly. "She's been doing this for years. Thank you for standing up." No one else wanted to challenge her. That night, I got another email. This one wasn't about fines. This one was personal. "You're making a big mistake." No signature. No official header. Just a threat. And that's when I decided. I wasn't going to back down anymore. A week later, I ordered groceries again. Not to provoke her, but because I refused to live afraid. The driver pulled in. Same driveway. Same legal spot. Same situation. Different outcome. Linda came charging out of her house like a bull seeing red. "You again?" She went straight for the driver. Screaming, yelling, threatening police. This time, though, I was recording, phone in hand. Clear audio. Clear video. "Ma'am," the driver said nervously, "I'm just doing my job." "You're trespassing. I'm calling 911. I stepped into frame. "Go ahead, Linda. Call them." She froze. I smiled calmly. "Tell them about the shared driveway. Tell them about the harassment. Tell them about the false fines." Neighbors were outside now, watching. Phones were out. Linda realized it, and she lost it. Completely. She started screaming about respect, about authority, about people like you ruining neighborhoods. And then she said something she shouldn't have said. Something ugly. Something discriminatory. The entire street went silent. You could feel the shift. That was the moment her power cracked. The driver delivered my groceries. The police were never called. But the video? That video traveled. Neighbors shared it. The HOA board saw it. The property management company saw it. And suddenly, Linda wasn't untouchable anymore. 2 weeks later, I got another email. Not from Linda. From the HOA board. Emergency meeting. New leadership discussion. When I walked into that room, Linda wasn't at the front. She was sitting in a chair like everyone else. Silent, small. The board addressed her behavior. The harassment. The misuse of authority. The complaints. Multiple residents spoke up. Stories poured out. Years of intimidation. Unfair fines. Targeted harassment. By the end of the night, Linda was removed as president. The fines against me were dismissed. New rules were established. Transparency policies implemented. And the neighborhood felt lighter. Weeks later, I saw her once while checking the mail. She didn't look at me, didn't speak, didn't threaten. She just walked past. And for the first time since moving there, the driveway felt like what it always was supposed to be. Just a driveway, not a battlefield, not a power struggle, just concrete, peaceful, shared. And every time a delivery driver pulls in now, no screaming, no drama, just someone doing their job. And me? I still order groceries, not out of fear, not out of defiance, but because no one should ever feel intimidated in their own home, especially not by someone who thought they owned everyone else.